If you missed it, man, you missed a good one. Just a hell of a series. I'm so happy that number one, all three were on TV. Number two, we had almost 13,000 people for a 3-game series. Great facility, great teams, and it just showcased what a great sport softball is. So tonight it was just a classic. And we say a lot, but bend but don't break. And I think that inning when we had the bases loaded and 1 out, they did, and Duke sure makes a hell of a play and throws to ice, gets the lead runner, and then Caitlin made a really smart play by just flipping it to Riley at catcher too, instead of trying to throw her out at first. So that was to me the key moment defensively, and then Audrey just does what Audrey does, I guess.
How confident were you heading into the top of the 8th inning with the top of your order due up, and when Audrey hit that?
Yeah, well, I was hoping we'd get out of it. And then, I looked at the scorecard, and obviously she was up, so I wasn't thinking home run. I was thinking if she gets to first, am I going to steal her? Because I wasn't going to bunt Evelyn. And didn't have to worry about it, which is good.
The coach's dream, a walk-off on the first pitch.
Oh, my God, yes. Yes. My watch kept saying, breathe. So, yeah, that was fun.
When you hear, almost 13,000 fans attendance record, what kind of goes through your mind when you hear that?
Just unbelievable, and we've cultivated that relationship for 29 years, and they are the best in college softball. They know when to give us energy, and then we give it right back to them, and it's like this really cool back and forth. Just great fans.
Caitlin, she just gave you a really good start tonight. Obviously, the same on Friday. Just talk about pitching that you saw this weekend.
I think I counted 19 innings of shutout, which is unbelievable against them. I mean, you just don't do that. Nobody does that. So Lance deserves all the credit for the scouting report. He called every pitch, which is nerve-wracking in itself. And then the pitchers executed. Riley did a great job catching 2 games. Marley was great behind the plate. Just as a staff, I thought they were terrific. And, one of the things that we didn't have a midweek, so we had good time to prepare. And I think we used it well.
Obviously had a disappointing loss in game 1, but 2 pretty epic past series with Oklahoma, 2012 and 2015. Did you call on those at all this week? Or obviously you have Bro, who was on that team, to talk to these players about those past.
We watched, there was a really cool little video. It was about a 5-minute video, but it's called 24 Hours Later. And it's about Marissa Runyon in 2015, where the opening game we lose, but we have the bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and she strikes out on a changeup. And then the second day we win 2-0, and at the time you had to play a doubleheader. It wasn't a 3-game. It was like, okay, go change your uniform. You're out here and playing. So we did that. And then in the 3rd game, it was epic, just like this. And we were down 3-1, bottom of the 6th, and Marissa Runyon, who was 0 for 13 in the series, re-enters the game because I pinch hit her, comes up and hits a grand slam. And the whole little film is terrific, because it talks about what a great rivalry is and what a great opponent they are. And so they got a little taste of that. And I said, this is a school where legends are made. So you just saw a new legend.
A lot of coaches probably go to the bullpen, when you visit someone.
I thought about it.
How huge is it to be able to trust, your staff like that?
Well, when she got out of the bases loaded, it was like, okay, we're going to let her do it. I thought for a second she was running out of gas, just a little bit. It really helped her that she didn't pitch yesterday, that Brisky had the complete game. So, she warmed up, but I think that helped her.
You talked earlier about that play Duke made in the field. With some of the issues y'all have had on defense this year, how pleased were you with really most of the series? How clean y'all were able to play?
Great. We practice it every single day, and it never happens. Seriously. We say bases loaded, you got to go to ice. And it seriously never happens. And it was a tough play too. Backhand, high chopper. Thank goodness she's 6'2". Just the whole thing. Probably their best hitter up to bat. It just was like, one of those, made for TV moments.
How did it feel to get over the hump against a team like this?
Yeah, well, we did it for three games.
Right.
We played well for 3 games, so that was something that we probably hadn't. And so they proved to themselves that, they could do it. They pitched well for 3, we played good defense for 3, and we hit the ball. So I think this is going to be a really good springboard, going forward.
Sure. Go ahead.
I asked you yesterday about resilience. Now I want to ask you about perseverance. To the
Yes.
season, just
Yeah.
to this point, like this is there's still season to go, but this feels like the culmination of a
Yeah.
lot of what you've been working.
You know, and one of the things we also say is, you know, some teams, some players need a little longer runway to take off, you know, and that's okay. You know, everybody runs their own race. You don't compare yourself to anybody else. So, you know, if a pitcher's doing well in February, don't compare yourself to her. You'll take off when you need to. And, you know, this was the weekend where both of them, you know, Brisky and Riley really took off.
You talked about there being no midweek this past week, but obviously quick turnaround going to Florida. Just kind of how do you
Happy Easter.
you handle that? I mean, obviously these girls are used to playing back-to-back days,
Yeah.
but
So tomorrow's the day off, then we fly Wednesday. So our practice is basically 2 hours at their field Wednesday night, and then it's 6, 6, and 2, I think. So it's a really quick turnaround. You know, when we do these, we don't know when we're going to get the Monday night series.
Right.
We did know that, you know, Tim and I both agreed that we wouldn't play on Easter Sunday. That's kind of normal. So we did know that. We just didn't know we were going to play the Monday night. But somebody's got to do it.
with the momentum y'all have, can it be kind of a good thing to get
Yeah,
right
true.
back out there?
Yeah, you're right. It could be. You know, and it's going to be a great crowd, I'm sure, and it's always a good series with them. Thanks for being here.